Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. Let's watch the show.
Are we safe leaving her at all house all by ourselves? You locked up everything?
No.
Well, we know she can't go nowhere. She has no license or nothing.
She might find my car keys.
Yeah.
So maybe this is just a morbid joke that the dad is making. Maybe the three of them completely understand that, oh, it's 100% sarcastic. There's no way that the dad really means that. Or is there some message of truth in what the dad is saying? We don't know much about the dad, but it would be consistent with what he has said thus far to have a prejudice against Ukrainian women. He is saying, I don't know if you caught that, but he said, are we safe leaving her alone in our house? Did we lock everything up? I mean, that's it. If there's even a little bit of truth to that, that's a big yikes. That's pretty awful. And that would be the tip of the iceberg in terms of a huge amount of prejudice and ill will towards her or people from that country or foreigners, or I don't know what's going on. I mean, I can only speculate what's going on there. But maybe the dad just meant to say, no, you got to know me. I tell really off-color jokes all the time. That's just how I am. I didn't mean any bit of it at all. Who knows?
A little concerned about living in another country besides here, though. That's kind of concerning to me.
Yeah, Budapest is a great city. It's fun for 3 days to go there and have a vacation, but yeah, there's no way I'd ever live there. She's got negative thoughts on the...
That's fine, Jovi. It's also fine that Yara wants to move there. You have to come to an agreement as a couple, or you might want to think about dissolving the relationship. This happens all the time on the show where they commit to a relationship, they even get pregnant, and then after that point, they start thinking about these extremely fundamental issues such as where are we going to live? In what country are we going to raise our children? And you have to wonder, why would they avoid it? Well, let's imagine all the possible reasons why. One, immaturity, just a lack of maturity, a lack of the ability to think like, there are consequences in life, and if I don't pre-plan for consequences, I could have really horrible consequences happen. Like, I want to avoid this conversation with my partner about where to live because I know we're not going to see eye to eye, and I'm not even really quite sure what I want. Maybe we should talk about it, but I'll avoid it because I just want to enjoy myself today. And you keep doing that and over and over and over again, and then eventually you're married, you have 2 kids, and suddenly you reveal, hey, it's a deal breaker. I'm never leaving New Orleans. Or hey, it's a deal breaker. I have to leave New Orleans. And then where are you? One person has to lose in that situation. Whereas if you just worked that out before you even started going down this road, you could have been, well, maybe it's best we call it off, especially because they have so much conflict and seeming resentment and disdain and contempt for each other, at least from my vantage point. Who knows? There seems to be at least some indication of some warmth between the two of them. But anyway, so that's one possible reason. The other possible reason is that the two of them, or at least one of them, is so desperate for closeness that they are in denial. When we are in love, or when we're so desperate for a relationship to work out and we believe this is the only way we're going to get what we want out of life, if any evidence starts presenting itself that looks like it might throw a wrench in that process, then you're going to deny it. You're going to be like, no, it'll work out. It'll be fine, because you need it to work out and you need it to be fine. That could be another possibility. The other possibility is that the two of them, particularly Jovi, believes, yeah, my partner, they can have their own wants, but I'm going to win because I have all the power. We could imagine Jovi thinking something like that, where he's just like, look, I have the upper hand. I'm the American. I have the job. I'm the man. And sure, she can want to go to Budapest, but it's not going to happen. And I can let her have her dreams, and I'm not going to fight her about it now because I don't want to get into it with her. But, when push comes to shove, I'm just going to tell her, no, we're not leaving because I'm the man and I make the decisions. That could be another possibility, but I don't know.
I think anybody would be in the same position. I think if I threw you in another country tomorrow, you would feel uncomfortable. You would be calling Dad and saying, hey, like, get me out of here. I want to be back home because right now Yara is away from her comfort zone.
True.
So she's going to have doubt. She's going to be considering like, okay, maybe I want to live somewhere else.
But you don't feel...
This is the first time that I have seen Jovi on camera, maybe they edit out all the other times, where Jovi has exhibited empathy and understanding towards her. I mean, there were some other moments that were in that direction, but why didn't he say this in the moment when the parents were, saying to her, and she was like, yeah, I think about move to Budapest. Why doesn't Jovi in that moment just be like, yeah, I get it, honey. I get that you would really want that, and I can see where you're coming from. He didn't do that in the moment, but now away from her, he's able to really understand her, even in opposition kind of to the parents. So that's interesting.
Like it's doubts about you. You feel like it's doubts about where she is.
Correct. I think just time is the only thing that's going to get her past that.
But then we have that. And maybe with time, as she adjusts, she will adjust and she will stop wanting to go back to Europe. But that's an interesting perspective to have, which is, yeah, she says that now, but, I'll get her to change her mind. I don't know if that's a winning attitude.
Longest time?
4 months.
We had 6 months and it was over.
I put you at 18 months.
Oh, so nobody's got it going on forever? Oh, that's up.
How long y'all have to stay married till she doesn't have to leave?
3 years.
Then that's how long y'all gonna be married for. 3 years and 1 month.
I mean, that's a pretty screwed up way to joke with your friend. Again, maybe they have that understanding of like, we all make fun. We know that we love each other and da-da-da. But that's an interesting joke to make of, I don't know if you caught that, but he said, how long do you have to stay married in order for her not to be sent back? And he says 3 years. And he says, that's how long you're going to be married, because as soon as she gets to that point, she's going to divorce you because she doesn't really love you. And you're a big joke, essentially. The love of your life hates you and actually is just here because she wants to get a green card, and everyone loves America, and there's that American exceptionalism creeping in again. Why would you say that to a friend? And I've seen people say stuff like this to people, and I just wish people would stop and think what they're saying sometimes, because these guys probably have empathy. They probably have a human side to them. But why would you say something like that? Now, I have friends, I have guy friends. I have guy friends that I've been friends with one of my friends I've been friends with since preschool. And yeah, we'll say some pretty awful jokes to each other, but I don't think we go that far. I mean, someone's about to get married. Why would you say that? Why would you say something like that? It's just awful.
She will not drink. Why she will not do that?
You really want to tell my parents tonight at the party that you're pregnant? Like, I think maybe it's better to wait for that. We still haven't even seen a doctor or anything. I just think...
That time we will see doctor in 3 months. Do you know that?
We'll see doctor
in 3 months.
See doctor
we
next
cannot
week.
see next week because nobody will take me.
It's incredible the way that they talk to each other. They're seemingly on the same page that they're excited about having a child together. They're seemingly on the same page that they want to get married and spend the rest of their lives together. But the way they talk to each other, it's just so much contempt and so much hostility towards each other. At this moment, they're having presumably a conversation about when they want to tell their family, when they want to tell everyone about the fact that they're pregnant. And then they instantly start talking about whether or not they're going to go to a doctor soon or later, and they're fighting about it. It just seems like any excuse to be hostile with each other, they will.
Obviously, I feel like I want to wait until it's the right time. It's still early, and if they can't see their future grandchild, they're going to be devastated.
Can you move, please? I don't like so close to me.
All right, are you ready yet or not? I'm ready to just go to the party. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to...
So you hear the language. For her, she doesn't want him so close to her. Okay, fine. You can say it nicely. And then for him, he's like, okay, how long is this going to take? But then you hear the language. Let's rewind that and hear the way they talk to each other.
And if they can't see their future grandchild, they're going to be devastated.
Can you move, please? I don't like so close to me.
All right, are you ready yet or not? I'm ready to just go to the party. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to talk about it. If you want to tell them, you can tell them. If not, I don't care.
You just bother me. You always do, really. I'm not in the good mood now.
So I wonder what's going on for Yara. She says she's in a bad mood. I wonder if what's happening for her, and this is just a total guess, is that she wants validation from Jovi that he is excited about having the child and is really wanting to tell everyone about the pregnancy. Because it sounds like she wanted to tell everyone, primarily because she just wanted to let everyone know so that they wouldn't think that she was being a party pooper by not drinking and maybe not feeling well some of the times. And he was essentially pushing back and saying, "No, we don't need to tell everyone." And maybe she was hurt by that or concerned about that, and then she started to amp up her hostility, which engaged his hostility. It's just a guess. I don't know.
Let's go. We're already late.
And then, of course, the other possibility is that when you're pregnant, you have hormonal changes, psychological changes. You can have mood changes. So that could be as well. She's talking about how she wants to vomit all the time. That will put you in a bad mood.
Son of a bitch.
I just want everybody to be able to enjoy the party tonight, and Yara's just making things so hard. I don't know why she's so angry at me. I just feel like maybe because she's upset, she's sad, she's away from her family, she's looking for things to fight about. But I don't know what I can do to make things right with her.
Okay, that could be. I think Jovi actually has a good hypothesis that Yara's in a bad mood because she can't see her family and she misses her family, and that she's about to have a wedding event in another country with people she doesn't know, and her family can't come. Yeah, so take care of her. Say, "Hey, honey, I know that you really wanted your family to be here, and I do too, and I'm really sorry, and I just recognize that you're in that position." Just say that.
Sorry. And you make me mad, and I'm not good
How did I
now.
make you
I
mad?
told you how.
Because I didn't get you food this
Yes,
morning?
because you know I'm pregnant and I don't eat for 2 days.
I asked you, what do you want? You don't
You
tell
do
me
not ask me and you not lie.
I'm not lying.
You lying.
Okay, so maybe we're getting a glimpse into their ongoing life together. She's saying that he doesn't care about what she's eating or doesn't ask her what she wants. Maybe that's where this is coming from, that she feels hurt that he isn't trying to help her with her pregnancy, with her diet. She is in a foreign country. She doesn't know how to get around. I'm guessing she can't get around without Jovi. My cat is meowing. That building hurt and that building anger and resentment is happening, and Jovi doesn't detect it. Now, is there another way that Yara could express that? Yeah, Yara could say, "Honey, I'm sorry. I'm in a bad mood right now. I don't want to ruin the party. I know this is a big deal to you, and I'm just in a really bad mood because I can't see my family. I don't really even know these people, and I'm kind of insecure about meeting all these random people. Your mom kind of is seeming, and your dad seem like they're kind of against me, so I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm in a bad mood because I feel nauseous all the time, and I feel like I'm kind of trapped. I can't buy my own food the way I can in my home country. In my home country, if I want food, I know where to get it, and I feel like I just have no power here." And then when you brought back, all you brought back was a bunch of spicy crawfish. I always want to say crawdads because in my neck of the woods we call them crawdads. But anyway, she could say all that and say, I guess I'm just looking for a hug or some validation or something like that. But that's not the way these two talk to each other. Now, from Jovi's perspective, he could intuit this and be like, "Honey, I know that you've been nauseous, and I know that I didn't bring the right food for you, and I'm really sorry about that. And I know that you miss your family, and I'm sorry about that too." They could understand each other in this moment, but they're choosing not to. And why would they? Well, usually people choose not to because they're afraid of being vulnerable, and they're afraid of being hurt if they are vulnerable. And or they're not aware of what's actually going on then down there because they were shamed for their feelings growing up. I don't know, though.
He goes to drink and hang out with his friends. Show me how much beer is inside. Like alcoholic. All the time with the beer on your hands, with the alcohol in your hand.
Oh, yeah, everything's my beer.
Look,
No,
even now beer's on your hand. You leave the beer?
I drank like 5 beers.
5
all
beers down
day.
and 3 beers ago.
Again, if you have concerns about your spouse drinking, that's okay. You can say, honey, I know this isn't really my place because your life is your life, but I'm concerned about how much you drink. I'm concerned because of this, this, and this. I don't know what to do about that, but I'm scared of what could happen in the future, and sometimes you drink too much or whatever. You can communicate it. You're entitled to your feelings. Your feelings are normal, but this is not the path. This is the path towards, even if you did stay together, which would be surprising under the circumstances, but let's say they did stay together. Well, if this is how you yell at someone and say, yeah, da, 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 well, one, the person that needs the alcohol, because usually people need the substance. It's not a choice. It is a need. They are powerless over their addiction. And so if you yell at them, then they have to dig in because you're threatening something that they need. And so they will push you away, or they'll hide it from you, or, they just will push you away so that you don't have any influence over their life. And or they'll figure out a narrative where you're the reason why they're drinking or something. So if you want to affect your spouse's addiction, you have to be on the same team. You have to get them you have to be on their team. Now, that's easier said than done, but you definitely don't want to be against the other person. The other problem is that when you shame someone for their compulsive behavior, they will be ashamed of themselves. They'll be very hurt. And usually what drives addiction and substance abuse is shame. The more shameful we feel, the more pain we feel on the inside, the more substance we need to numb that.
But I'm not drunk. I haven't been drinking.
You just think that I'm stupid, really, all the time, and it just bothers
Are
me.
you talking like you are right now? Yeah, of course.
What?
When you're talking like you are right now, of course I think you are.
Yikes. So now they've crossed that threshold where they're just trying to hurt each other. And they're trying to win. And they might actually hate each other in this moment. Right, Kitty?
If I will not be pregnant, I will be already in Ukraine.
All right, so that's an interesting statement. I think what she's saying is if I wasn't pregnant, I would have left because I don't want to be in this relationship. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised that she said that. They seem to have had massive amounts of contempt the entire time on this show. So I think that's what she's saying. Maybe she's just in a bad mood. I don't know. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.